And we're live. So, welcome everyone to the first episode of Dreaming with Gemstone Gina on Writing Through the Unknown. Gina and I will be your hosts tonight, or this morning. I'm so used to doing night shows. If you have a request for a mini reading, please put it in the comment section and we will get to as many as we can in the hour. In the meantime, I think we ought to start with one for the collective.
Sure, let's do that. Doing these gemstone readings, it's one of my favorite things to do. And I'm just checking my YouTube. I see that it's working. So let Michael and I know in the comments if you would like a mini gemstone reading. So I'll start with a collective one right now, and I'll just take my screen share, or not my screen share, my background. Let me take away my background so you can see. And I can tell that there's a delay when I'm speaking, like it's a couple sentences behind. So I'll just slow it down a bit so it's in sync. All right. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right. But I'm also wondering if there's anybody from my Facebook group, the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective. If you want one, the best thing to do is to click on the link that's posted on there. That way the comments all go to funneling to the same source for Michael and I. So we're not checking a bunch of different platforms. That would be the best case scenario. And I'm here until about for the next hour. All right. I got my cell phone here. So I'm going to do a general collective gemstone reading. And Michael, if somebody chimes in the comments, let me know. And if you're listening, any viewers who are out there, pick a number between 1 and 12. And Michael, on behalf of the collective, pick a number between 1 and 12.
How about 7?
All right. And my eyes are closed. I know folks out there can't see me. This is a collective gemstone reading, just a mini one. Okay, my eyes are still closed. Ooh, feels like something is there. And number 7. All right. See this okay? My eyes are open again. Something that I always struggle with is keeping these mini gemstone readings mini. The collective perspective, the first thing that stood out for me was Eagle Condor. Eagle Condor is way up here. Our perspective is a bit heightened today. We're a bit sensitive on a collective level with our perspective, might be taking some things personally that we actually don't need to be taking personally. So just gaining some perspective about perspective is being highlighted today. Something else that really stands out for me is just this whole top area. We've got the Wise and Well Whale and Orca elders looking in on us, this crescent moon shape indicating to us that they're watching us. So where are we? We're here, and they're not too far. Wise and Well Whale and Orca elders leading the way. Manus reminding us that we're in charge of our story. As a collective, our mental plane is down. So if your mental plane is feeling, this isn't like a good bad language, this is coming from a place of indifference. As a collective, the mental plane is down. My dirty spot here is flipped over. So this is like thoughts that are troubling us. Thoughts that are troubling us. The good news is these thoughts are not keeping us stuck. These thoughts that are troubling us are actually making us move forward. So this is a good thing. If you're having thoughts right now as a collective and you're listening to this, often when I talk about thoughts, we can be stuck in them. But this part here, you're coming down fast, and these thoughts are going to be transforming and transcending at an all-time rate, knowing that the full moon, I forget the exact date, but it's this weekend. It's soonish. That to me is important, because whenever the full moon, the moon is waxing, it's growing. Our emotions are also heightening with that. It's a direct link to the predation cycle around us. So things are moving fast. Um, Let me just keep looking here. When I say things are moving fast, something that's coming to mind right now as a metaphor is if you were an animal and you couldn't see at nighttime, you're counting on the light from the full moon, right, in order to see. And that's one of the other reasons why things are starting to heighten, because the animals who can't see at night, they're finally getting their meals, if you can. And so it's kind of like, to make a parallel act into what our mental plane is going through as a collective, it's kind of like finally we get to eat. And if you haven't eaten yet, you know that the full moon's coming. You know that you're going to be able to see, and you're going to be okay. You're going to get the nourishment that you need, And so I feel really good about this personally, because whenever I see the mental plane down, especially when the dirty side is up, um, it does often mean negativity. But today it's from a place of indifference, and it's about transforming this. And because this mental plane is over here, anything that is negative, don't see it as negative. It's just going to get dropped off here as part of our alchemy. And where is Snake? Snake should be here. Snake's up here. See, we're already one step ahead. We're making our way here. We've already, on a subconscious level, we've already dropped our baggage off. It's just a matter of consciously going through this cycle. It's easy for me to keep going. I wonder, Michael, if somebody has a turn in the chat, or if I should keep going with the collective.
So far, all we have is someone saying hello, so I would continue with the collective. And
All right. And the person who's saying hello to us, let us know your name. Pick a number between 1 and 12, because I would love to give you a gemstone reading. Hi, Jason H. Is that you saying hello? Let us know in the chat. I'm going to keep going here with the collective. But Michael, you interrupt me when whoever is ready for their turn. These are mini gemstone readings, but it's too easy for me to go on. Yeah, this one here is a collective reading. So what were we talking about? We were talking about how the mental plane is down, but we're already like a step ahead. We've already shedded what we needed to on a subconscious level. So any like thoughts that you might be perceiving as negative, they're not. Come from a place of indifference, and be aware that you might be taking things personally when you don't need to be. And also be aware that when you're chatting with others, you might be chatting with them in a way where you don't mean to, but you're speaking to them in a way that they might be taking information personally. So just remember, as a collective, we're a bit heightened right now. And this is a majority rule. So if you're not resonating with this, let us know in the comments. There's always a minority out there. When I look at Polaris's focus is here in the West. And that focus, if you look, there's my gemstone that represents the warrior goddesses. So the next full moon cycle Hang in there is the message. Hang in there because you know you're on the right track. You know you're transforming and transcending things. You know the conscious mind is catching up with the subconscious mind. So let things roll. Like any full moon, hold your intention. Work with the biology of belief so that as the moon's light is increasing, your intention is increasing. And the idea is that the full moon works like a fire. It cleanses and burns away anything that doesn't need to be there anymore. And we've got support here from the warrior goddesses. So that's really nice. I always like when I see that. Polaris is a very masculine energy, and his job is to step back. His job is to, protect and provide, but he needs to step back, and he has a hard time doing that. And he also has a hard time turning it over to the females, to the feminine. And I'm noticing that a lot lately with Polaris. He's turning it over to the females, to the feminine, because they're just the same as any masculine warrior. And the feminine warrior energy is not, it's not like a buddy system for females. It's for males too out there, any gender. The as a collective, our physical plane, we need to be careful because seemingly right now we have lots of energy that we're actually on the verge of crashing. And when we do crash, we're going to crash hard. This is typical before a full moon. Like I was saying, it's very natural to feel the energies in and around us increasing. So if you've got something that you need to do physically, maybe you got to go to the grocery store, buy heavy things like flour, juice, do that kind of stuff, stock up, because you are going to crash. But when you crash, the good news is you're not going to stay stuck. This wheel is going to keep going. I've been seeing an emphasis in this zone here, which is the stuck zone. And so it's a relief to me that this collective reading is over here. There's movement that we can rely on. So just to recap here, the physical plane, do what you need to do physically because it is going down. The mental plane is down. That's okay. It's going to be transforming some thoughts. The heart is also down. Why is the heart down? The emotions. Well, you know what? The collective brain, gut, heart harmony is not there. So we're not sending the universe a message right now that all systems are in check. We can do this by just tips and tricks. Like I said, if you have something physical to do it. Make that a priority. The mental plane, come from a place of indifference, recognizing your perspective. Don't be taking things personally. And the snake that you are, that we all are, just reminding yourself in any moments of doubt that you've already shed your stuff. It's just a matter of the conscious mind catching up with the collective. And that's why all systems are not in check right now, because it's like a continuation of something that already was. So that's a good thing. You don't always want to be in. You can't always be flying wingtip to wingtip with eagle condor. There needs to be. It's kind of like, when you're making a cake, you just have to stop opening the oven. Don't even open it at all. Turn the light on to have a look, and you just have to trust that the cake is cooking. And if you think it's ready, then you open the oven and you take a knife and you test to see that the inside is cooked. That's the metaphor I'm offering to you. The cake might be taking a little extra longer to cook, but just keep faith that the cake is cooking. You don't need to be putting a new cake in the oven. So there's always much to say. I could keep going on, but I wonder, Michael, if there's somebody in the chat who would like a mini gemstone reading.
Actually, the chat is pretty quiet right now, but I'll
Okay.
offer to take one.
Sure. And I wonder, I'm just going to check here simultaneously on my YouTube. There's one person watching. So if you're watching on YouTube, let us know if you would like a mini gemstone reading. And I'm also going to just check in my Facebook group here. Okay, might have to take my glove off. There we go. Okay, and I don't see any comments in here. Okay, last time I did a mini gemstone reading, a lot of people commented that they missed it. So don't worry if that's you today. If you missed it, I'm coming on here live with Michael the first Wednesday of each month, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just let us know. It's absolutely free in the comments. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up. But just before I do, let me pull a card for the collective. Wow. So these two fingers really they were like arms, like they were like fishing the earth, the air, the fire, the water. So the fire and the water chose this card, ooh, which is this one here. It's a pink lightning bolt that's representative of you, me, everybody, and the purple around us. That's the purple energy. So the purple energy, purple flame, anything that's purple for me represents Polaris, representing the purple flame, representing the dream time. And so whenever I do a mini gemstone reading or any gemstone reading, I always complement it with a card from the Dragon Dreams Oracle. And so the Dragon Dreams Oracle card for the collective is reminding us that when we're working with cycles and when we're working with things like this gemstone reading, cycles like the moon cycle that I was talking about, metaphors, working with eagle condor perspective and whatnot, that we need to intentionally blur the boundaries that we're familiar with that keep us safe. So we're being encouraged to blend our worlds together, to bridge our dream life with our waking life. And this is really special to me, this card, because this is a collective reading. And the gemstone readings, it's only about a year now that I've been offering this to the public. And every time I do one, it's like, it's not just, dreaming with Gemstone Gina, it's also dreaming with the gemstones. And so the gemstones are calling out to the collective and saying, like, come dream with us. Dream with Gemstone Gina, dream with Eagle Condor, dream with the dog monkey folk, come dream with Dragon and Manus, dream with the Moragon and her sisters, dream with the squid energy, dream with us all. And I'm just feeling such a connection of hope right now. It's really special. So that concludes the collective, but let's do one for Michael now. And so, Michael, pick a number between 1 and 12 for yourself.
3.
All right. Okay, my eyes are open, but now they're closed. Okay, feeling like there's some in the middle here. And, oh, my cell phone is there. See these okay?
I
Okay,
can see
some
him.
of them wanted to go over this edge. 3, so you're about there. All right, can you see that okay?
I can see all of them, and then there's the ball. Yeah, I can see them all.
Okay. Sometimes the circles are wider and narrower, smaller. It's all case by case scenario. So, wow, Michael, the first thing I notice are the ones in the center. There shouldn't be any in the centers. So when there's gemstones in the center, they're like screaming out, pay attention to us. So what do these ones in the middle mean? Well, this one here represents squid energy. And squids, they have, like in real waking life, they have a W shape or a pupil, and that W shape is looking that way. So let's investigate a bit more. It's looking here, and it's looking at what represents hummingbird. So that's interesting. And then also I'm noticing my spirit guide Toby, representative of the tree of life, the seed part, like the roots, are also going here. So what is going on here? Now, I haven't looked at Polaris's focus, but just for funsies, what is Polaris's focus? It's actually pointing up here. So I love when this comes together. The first thing I got to do is just kind of investigate what stands out and where they land. This here is being emphasized. So let's investigate a bit more. There's a need for you, Michael, to have some divine intervention. It's kind of like you're walking on the path and you have to trust that you just keep walking, right? And the universe will take care of the twists and the turns. So you don't have to worry about if you're going left or right or up or down. You just keep walking, right? And so the universe right now is stepping in. So there you are, your lovely self walking, and squid energy is going, hey, Michael, you need to be redirected this way. So the fact that I just did a collective reading, and as a collective, we were like skipping over the stuck zone and going up here. You were going on a different path, Michael. So the universe is like, get back over here with us. And you know what? We're going to even save you the grace of this business and get you up here even faster. So the collective reading, the emphasis was here, but you're up here. So it's kind of like you're a step ahead of the rest of the collective. This here, 1, 2, and 3 is wide open. I don't remember where they were with the collective reading, but I remember it wasn't wide open like that. You might remember me saying with the collective reading, it's not a good time to start transforming and transcending. But for you, if you wanted, remember that metaphor I was giving with a cake? If you wanted to start putting another cake in the oven, you could. So even though what you're working on right now, Michael, is still like in the process of cooking, if you wanted to start manifesting a new hope, a new dream, you can. You have the liberty of doing what's called a sea of green. So like Rosie, my cat, I'm growing her cat grass. And what I'm doing is I'm providing her with a sea of green. So I've got 3 plants on the go. One is just seeds, one is kind of there, and one is there. That way, I just constantly rotate them. And right now for you, you're in a position to have lots of hopes and dreams on the go. Your snake skin that you shed down here, that's already decomposed and fertile soil, rich and sweet. So your seeds that you planted are taking root. And not only are they taking root, they're taking root up here in the hummingbird zone. The hummingbird zone, if you want something to take root, like, yeah, you want it to be down here, fertile soil, rich and sweet. But once it starts growing, you want nothing but the highest quality items. And so that's what this is. And these high quality items are going to the east where Eagle Condor is. Now, when it comes to perspective, whatever perspective you have, Michael, is bang on. Your mental plane and your heart plane are a bit off, or actually, nope, let me rewind. Your heart plane and your perspective are bang on. Your physical plane, you're already a bit down. So, whoops. Remember for see, so it's interesting to do more than one, but like for the collective, I was saying, everybody, if you have like heavy lifting to do or whatever, do that because you're going to crash. Well, you're already starting to crash, Michael. So don't do heavy lifting or anything like, because you're starting to crash, and that's okay. And when you do crash, you're not going to be stuck. So just enjoy sleeping or resting, whatever it is that you do. Your mental plane is a bit stuck. And what's interesting is you're stuck in positive thoughts. So positive thinking is keeping you stuck. It seems to me like there's a call to action because you've got all this going on here. Emphasis coming from squid energy, sea and sky, they're one and the same. So it's like whatever you're thinking, the universe is saying, like, do it. Don't worry about having too many things on the go. If something doesn't work out, it's not because of you, it's because it wasn't meant to, work out. That wasn't your path. Hence this redirection business that I was talking about when I kicked it off. So, as far as transforming and transcending, if you wanted to transform and transcend, you can, whereas the rest of the collective, we were told just to hold our one focus. But you, Michael, you can carry on, you can plant more seeds right now, you can transform and transcend. Actually, all the power animals are in alignment. Check it out. Eagle Condor is supposed to be here in the east. The more center, the better. Eagle Condor is right there. Snake needs to be somewhere in the south. Ideally here, but whatever, snake is there, right? Jaguar should be somewhere here in the west, typically here, but whatever, in the west, and hummingbird should be up here. So all your power animals, Michael, are in alignment. They're in check. So that's great. That's really great. And there's always more to say, but I wonder if this resonates with you. Maybe you were feeling a little bit lost. I don't know.
No, it resonates totally clear.
So I wonder. So when I look at these guys over here, I'll tilt it down. When I look at like this little pod here, they're kind of off on the outside, right? Like what's going on with that? So who's here? This represents masculines, like the chivalrous type, men who know how to treat a lady. Basically, like these are the female warriors and these are the masculine ones. So they're like hanging out here. This one is Manus, reminding us that we're in charge of our story. And this is the committee of the ones who listen. And they're kind of hanging out with one of the sisters. So there's like collaboration going on with these folks. So it's kind of like if you put this away, I think this is important to pay attention to. You could even keep that if you want. I think this is important for you, Michael, because each of the gemstones represent archetypes. And these three here represent like the female anatomy. But it should be flipped, like these would be the fallopian tubes, so really they would be up there. So there is a very strong masculine presence that is available to you, that has been helping to guide the redirection in your life. And even though the emphasis is like up here, the emphasis is also here and here, because this part here, you don't have to worry about being stuck. So you don't have to worry about that. When you fall, you're going to fall a lot less hard. You're going to fall softly. Not that your life is perfect, but when you do, these folks here are going to catch you. And who are these folks? Like a group of masculines. There's Manus. So when you fall, probably have some good conversation with your spirit guides or whoever this represents to you. And the committee of the ones who listen. So this is really special, because the next time you feel like you need to talk to somebody, like they're telling you, like, we're listening. Like the last time you had a conversation with like a masculine, whether it was your spirit guide or somebody who's deceased, like somebody like a definite masculine, like somebody that you would go to for guidance, they're listening. And there's an emphasis on Manus, and Manus is in charge of stories. So it's like they're watching your story. And that's all I really have to say about that one. Oh, and I was going to pull a card for you too. It's hard to keep these mini gemstone readings mini. One is
No,
Michael. And I'm just feeling, it's like all my fingers want to take a card. Let me see here. Let me just. Okay. Like my middle finger for sure. The earth, the air, the fire, the life, death, life cycle. So this card complements Michael's gemstone reading, because if Michael wanted to transform and transcend things, he can. All the power animals were in alignment. Like I said, metaphorically, the rest of the collective, we already have a cake in the oven. That's our focus. But if Michael wanted to bake another cake, he can.
no,
And I feel like there's an emphasis on Jaguar energy.
that's
As
very
always,
cool. And thank you for that. And we actually have 3 requests.
excellent. I'm going
And
to close my eyes and mix these up, and let me know their name and what number, a number 1 to 12.
Alien 8 UK, my friend Andy in the UK picked 8.
Okay. Alien 8?
Alien 8 UK
Alien.
is his YouTube channel, but his name is Andy.
Okay. Andy. And Andy picked the number 8?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You see these okay?
We
From
can.
here to here. All right. Okay, Andy, what's going on with Andy? So as you can see right here, there shouldn't be anything in the middle, and there's stuff in the middle again, and so I just find it hilarious, like the gemstones, you know. So what does this mean? Well, that one there represents the child within, and if this was a tree, this is like the top part, the branches. So let's investigate here. Okay. Okay, so Andy, your family only you would know this information. Your biological family, your Star Nation family, spirit guides. There's family that respectfully needs to back off. If this was a 3D shape and I pulled this up, it would make a cone. So you're being reminded, Andy, that you're in charge of your life. And if this was a flashlight, you're shining the flashlight, not the family members. So who are those family members? Only you can answer that. Let us know in the comments how that relates to you. This business of the flashlight, we can get into a conversation about the mirror, reflection, projection. What are you pointing? What message are you sending out? What's being reciprocated, received back to you? This tree of life business, the top of the tree, the bottom of the tree, they can be the same thing, right? The tree should be rooted in the south, which it is. So whatever you have growing here, all the power to you, Andy. Let it grow. It's taken root, whether you wanted it to or not. It's in effect. So keep nurturing your garden, working with moon cycles, the biology of belief. The full moon is approaching. So if there's people in your life, it might not be like a blood family. It could be something like a work family, but somebody or a group of people who are in the family category, they're now recognizing that, hey, you're in charge. So if they want to be in your life, they need to step back and allow you to do that thing called adulting. They need to allow you to do that thing where you can express yourself freely. And you know what? The rules I live by: are you being kind? Are you being safe? Are you doing your personal best? If your answer is yes to all of those, then all the power to you. So it's like your family, um, they they're stuck. Let me just show you here. Like, this is the stuck zone, and your family, they're stuck here. It is too bad, so sad for them. And like your heart, Andy, you're feeling stuck. Why? Because this is causing you emotional turmoil. And I mean, I think all of us can relate to this one. Like, when you're not in alignment with your family, like when you want to go off and do your own thing, maybe it's, you want to go off to university and they're like, no, don't take that program, like whatever it is going on. Going against your family is stressful. If you're myself personally, I was raised Roman Catholic. I don't have that perspective anymore. But when I was questioning my own beliefs, I didn't mean to be questioning my family. I didn't mean to be challenging my family, but it could be perceived that way. It causes stress. Your parents, what I say parents, whatever family means to you, the people in your life that need to back off, they want you to conform and you're not conforming. And that's okay. But they're not okay with that. So they have to appreciate that they're going to have to take a step back. And that means being stuck. And being stuck means maybe not even having a relationship with you. And that's stressful. But if they, not you, if they can get unstuck, then there can be this openness and a beautiful thing, because the tree is growing. The tree is growing, right? This tree is going to grow beautiful all up here, right? And there's the child within, right in the middle, going up, down, this whole beautiful ecosystem. But your heart, Andy, like, you see eagle condors here. Eagle condor should be over there. Eagle condors here because eagle condor supporting you. Eagle condor supporting you, Andy. Like, you're you you are flying wingtip to wingtip with eagle condor, but because you're feeling feelings of guilt and shame, because the family is imposing that on you, eagle condor is saying, like, respectfully, like, forget this family, and you know what, instead of going this way, come with me this way. Let's bypass this whole system. And then you can fly wingtip to wingtip with eagle condor. And I don't know if you saw that, but a little like moth or butterfly just flew by. I don't know if the camera caught that, but that was powerful, because literally, as I was saying, fly wingtip to wingtip with eagle condor, a little, I don't know if it was a white moth or it flew by right now. I didn't imagine it. I saw it. Maybe it didn't capture, but um,
I saw it.
um, this is just a mini gemstone reading, but you can see how a storyline comes together, and that's what I do. I report out what the gemstones are communicating, but now it's up to Andy to verify, validate, if you're comfortable with that, how this may or may not resonate with you. And you don't have to feel pressure to do that live in this moment, but absolutely visit my free Facebook group, the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective, and let us know how this resonates with you, even if you want to sleep on it, or if you're comfortable responding now, please do. I would like to pick a card for Andy. These
He's
cards laid out nicely, but I find this Ziploc method is working really nicely.
and Andy commented that he totally gets it.
I wonder too, Andy, what family are we? Or if, maybe don't answer that one live.
And
That's the powerful thing about family. It could be like, could be your Star Nation family, a family from another reality, or it could mean like a work family. Okay, so like, all but my pinky are grabbing this card. So not the earth, but the air, the fire, the water, and free will. And what's interesting, I can see the card in my peripheral. It's one of my favorites. My pinky finger did not choose this card. And um, this is going out to Andy, but I do wonder, the family that needs to back off a little bit. They may or may not be earthbound, or they may or may not be far from planet Earth, planet water, whatever you want to call this. And this is the card, big red bow. So if there's one thing to reinforce, Andy, is that you matter. There's a big red bow on your head. Every single one of us has a big red bow on our head. But you know what? Every now and then we have to be reminded, like, you are a gift. You are a gift to this planet. And you know what, you're a gift to me. Like, nobody was participating in the chat. I did Michael, and then it was a gift that you did this, but you are a gift. And whatever ideas you're brewing, it's not a coincidence. They're intended, and there's space being made just for you, Andy, because the universe sees this big red bow on you. And you know, when, like, somebody has a wedding shower or a baby shower, sometimes every single bow that's on the gift, they'll put it on, like, the bride's to be's head. Well, that's like you right now. The universe is just like putting all kinds of bows on you right now, really insisting that you're a gift, not just the biological one known as Andy, but the thoughts, feelings, the opinions, everything that is resonating from you. Um, and you know, not everybody can be flying wingtip to wingtip with eagle condor, but there's an emphasis for you to, like, there's nothing stopping you from flying wingtip to wingtip with eagle condor. So that's a really beautiful thing. These gemstone readings aren't always positive, so
Okay. He says, "Thank you, Gina." And
Oh,
the
well,
next one is Nancy, and she picked the number 12.
okay. Nancy and the number 12, and I'll put it down because I know people like watching when I swirl them. My eyes are closed. Something for Nancy.
And Andy
Okay.
said he'll be in touch.
Okay. And Nancy picked 12. Okay. Can you see this okay?
We
Some are
can.
wider, more narrow. Okay. So Nancy, what's going on with Nancy? What do I notice? Um, okay. So the first thing I notice, Nancy, is your heart space is amped up today. Why? What's going on? You know what's going on? Cluster is going on in your life. Um, your heart you're overwhelmed. The heart space is overwhelmed. Um, the heart space is causing you to physically drain. Your mental plane is going down. Um, you are in the process, Nancy, of crashing. You've done your homework, Nancy. You've done all your thinking. You've done your homework. Don't anybody tell Nancy she didn't do her homework. She did her homework. She considered all her options. Okay. Physically, Nancy, you've been busy. Don't anybody tell Nancy she didn't do this or that. She's been on it. Okay. But now the mental plane is crashing. It's not there anymore. Don't try and do any thinking. Physically, forget it. The heart plane is amped up. When this kind of thing is going on, you could be at risk, Nancy, for telling somebody off who doesn't deserve it. You might even tell yourself off. So just recognize that you're tired. And when we're tired, we're overwhelmed. Somebody like you did your homework. What homework is what I'm wondering? Like, are you moving or something like that, or making plans? Let us know in the chat, because something is going on where time is a factor. Like, you're not just screwing around here. You're working with cycles and manifesting. There's like a pissed off energy that I'm feeling. Like, why? Why is there some pissed off feeling? Probably because you're not getting the results like you want. Um, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I get it. Okay. So, Nancy, you're dealing with a false inhibiting belief. It doesn't matter what homework you do. It doesn't matter what physical things you're doing. It doesn't even matter your heart space. When you have a false inhibiting belief, doesn't matter. You're dealing with the rules of the mind. So, um, for example, um, what's familiar keeps you safe. For example, let's say Nancy was trying to lose weight. You've done your homework on dieting. You've done your homework on special food and whatnot. Physically, you've done your homework and you were proactive. You did all that, but you're not losing weight. For example, why? Because you have a false inhibiting belief. Until you identify and smash the false inhibiting belief and reprogram your mind, this cycle will continue. And that's why there's this pissed off energy. Maybe I feel like I get it. We all get it. We all know what it's like to work hard on something and not see results, but you have to at some point say to yourself, you know what? I got to be dealing with a false inhibiting belief, because it doesn't make sense that you're not seeing results. You should be seeing results and you're not. So I wonder, what are you doing? I used weight loss as a sheer example. but I wonder, what are you doing? I do rapid transformational therapy, hypnotherapy. I can absolutely help you out with that. Let's just keep investigating here. Your ability to transform and transcend, you've got that going on for you. All your other power animals are right out of alignment. Eagle condor is out of here. Eagle condor should be here. Your perspective is off. Now, based on what I said about you being tired, overwhelmed, that makes sense. Your perspective is off, Nancy, because you should see results and you're not. But now that I'm telling you this business about having a false inhibiting belief, this will help shift your perspective, which is why I feel like Eagle Condor is over here, because, Jaguar helps us transform things. So your perspective, thankfully, is going to be transforming. Your ability right now to shed skin, you're not shedding any skin right now. You're not going to, whatever you've been working so hard on, not going to happen until Snake's down here. How are you going to get Snake down there? You got to see somebody like me identify and smash a false inhibiting belief. What are your thoughts, Nancy? You mean, like, where's the hope? The hope is that now you know, so you don't have to keep beating yourself up. You can take a new approach. You can start telling yourself, I have a false inhibiting belief, so I'm not going to worry about my diet. My diet doesn't even matter. Using the weight loss thing as an example, what matters is my belief. You have a need to start a new matrix. This other business is void, completely void. Yeah, look here, these three, this should be a nice big triangle, like a womb. This like nothing going on there right now. So Manus is in the south and he should be there. So I would write yourself a letter, Nancy, and ask your higher self, your guides, whatever language you use, for a special message in a dream, maybe a special message, a spirit guide in your waking life, someone to connect with you about this false inhibiting belief. I'm curious what it is, but I know it's always personal to share, especially live. Yeah, but I will remind folks out there of my free Facebook group, the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective.
So she responded with, husband passed, trying to figure out getting on with life, had been punishing myself, taking responsibility for his choice to leave.
Yeah, you can't bear that responsibility, Nancy. So that's interesting. That you have a false inhibiting belief that you're like upset with your husband that he crossed over and somehow blaming yourself, if I'm understanding you correctly. You have to let that go. I don't know why your husband died, even if it was a case of euthanasia. That is not for you to that's not for you to bear any of that weight. That weight is not yours to carry. And if you feel like it is, it's a false inhibiting belief. You would require mind reprogramming. And I'm sorry to hear about your husband. And I'll pull a card for you too. So my index finger, the earth, the air, the fire, the water. Look at this one. This one is all about hope. So, in the fall, when everything is like brown and yellow, well, at least for us folks here in Canada, I don't know what fall's like for Michael in the land of always summer. But the last of the roses, the last of the color red, the last of the pinks are very vibrant, the last of the pollinators, the last of the hummingbirds. Those who are last have the greatest challenge because they're last. Your husband passed away before you. So you're like the last flower in the fall, and you're available if you want to be to the last of the hummingbirds looking for the finest nectar. And that's you, Nancy. You're the finest nectar. And there's a hummingbird looking for you, the finest nectar. And the thing about hummingbirds in the fall is, realistically, they're going to die from the snow. They're not going to make it. So it's like this last celebration of life. And you're part of that. It's this is a really special card, and I feel like it's really special. And back here, there's snow, ice, fog, rain, and just reminding you of the different forms that we take. And your husband, of course, already back with the elementals and the collective. It's really special. But I am noticing the time. It's 1:56, and I actually have to get going because I have my shamanic training with the Four Winds. Oh, I
Yeah.
know there were others. I hope you can tune in with us next time. And we go live every Wednesday, the first Wednesday of each month. And so this was my first time butting up with Michael. And next time we're live, make sure you catch us right at 12. Get your names in the chat. Give us a number 1 to 12, so I can get busy with these gemstone readings. And if you didn't get one today, just watch the replay because I did do a collective one. So, any final thoughts, Michael?
I just want to thank you for sharing this with us, and thank you for this opportunity to do this on the first Wednesdays of each month at noon Eastern time. And I am just blessed to be a part of this with you. And so thank you so much for that.
Thank you. And thank you to Andy and Nancy for being so open and participating in the chat. And I would love to know how this gemstone reading relates to you, or those who are watching the replay, the collective. Hop on my Facebook group. It's free, the Dragon Dream Soul Tribe Collective, and let us know. We're really starting to take off. It's a growing community, and there's free resources in there for you as well. And my memberships on Buy Me a Coffee, those are always available. My new one starts on my birthday, August 14th, and it's called Dream Alchemist, and it includes all the memberships. And I think it's this Friday, Dragon Dreams Illuminous. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards from the Dragon Dreams Oracle, and I can't wait. And it's fun hopping on here and doing these mini gemstone readings, but when I do a full gemstone reading, it takes me a good hour. I open and close sacred space, and I also do fire ceremony. And there's a bit more opportunity for some dialoguing.
Yes, and the link to the Facebook group is in the description, so you can find it there. Well, thank you to everyone, and we are going to sign out and say blessed week to everyone, and we will see you next month at the beginning of September.
Sounds good. Thank you, Michael. Take care, everybody. See you later. Thanks for dreaming with me.
Bye bye, everyone.